So I want to talk about Euphoria. I have not experienced Euphoria in a long time. I'd probably say it's been months and months since when was I can't, it's hard to even think. Oh yeah, it was when I got some cute pants. Oh my god, the dumbest things. Like, do you get Euphoria and like isn't there like some dumb things that you've just like suddenly stumbled upon your gender euphoria and you're like, wow, I never thought this would be that way for me? Yeah. For me, I have, as you transition, what I've found is you just get less gender euphoria because it's all about novelty, honestly. It's about all of those little things where you go, oh, like this is new and I feel validated and it feels great. But over time, it kind of just wears off. And I think that's just because your system, your brain just gets used to the fact that this is now normal. And so it doesn't need to give you chemical releases and signals to draw you into it more since you are now in it. But I got these eyelashes done and they're eyelash extensions. I never did this before because I always considered it expensive and why would I do that? But I thought to myself, well, I'll treat myself because it's Halloween and I'll give this a try and let's see how it goes. 2.5 hours later, $200 later, I looked in the mirror and was like, oh my God, this has to be permanent. I started calculating how much it would cost for 20 years of this. And you have to do it like $50 every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep this because it makes me really happy and it brings balance to my facial features. I don't know. What do you think? Like my lips are big and now my eyes are like working with the nose and the lips. I don't know. I just think it's great. And so this really brought a lot of euphoria to the front, which I was like, oh my God, yes, please give me that because I haven't had that in a while. I couldn't even sleep when I was trying to take a nap before I went out and danced. I was just so excited with how I felt and saw myself in the mirror. And it really gave me a boost of confidence to go out there and oh my God, what a night. I ended up meeting a guy and we like made out on the dance floor for like an hour and a half, I think, just all over each other like two slugs just rubbing up all against each other. And there was a lot of touching and rubbing, and he soon found out I was trans. Either because I was aroused and rubbing up against him, or it was the fact that he just put his hand down there and started rubbing it. Yeah, and then we kept going at it on the dance floor right there, just rubbing and touching and my ass hanging out. But that was great. The owner of the club came by after the club ended and was like, you two lovebirds, you need to go find a place because that was quite a show. And I do agree, it was great. But that kind of like that confidence that I got from the eyelashes gave me the confidence to wear something that I felt confident in. And then I went out there in great confidence and then experienced feeling like a confident woman and being seen as such. And that attracted all sorts of beautiful, wonderful things for me. And that euphoria and happiness and just like self satisfaction that you can get from these things can really drive up your confidence in who you are and how you want to be. So like I guess I don't know why I bring this up except to think about like your own euphoria and like what brings you euphoria now, and will it keep bringing you euphoria? I don't know. How has it evolved? Some people say, oh, yeah, my euphoria doesn't change. But I don't really believe that. I don't really believe that you can somehow have a brain that keeps releasing the same amount of chemicals every single time and it doesn't adapt or doesn't adjust to stop doing that unless you do it infrequently enough, because the brain is naturally going to seek equilibrium. And if you normalize something, it's just going to say it's normal, right? So, like, It's almost like if you want to get more gender euphoria, you need to have like a rotating cast of things that make you euphoric so that it's not too heavy of a repetition. And perhaps you even need to like roll a dice to keep it random so your brain can't out predict you and keep giving you. This is like such a gender euphoria hack, actually. I'd be really curious to hear if anyone tries this, but to kind of keep that randomized and keep it going. I don't know, like I'm like later in my transition now. I'm 4 years, and it's so weird because if you look at my older YouTube videos, I do no makeup, I do no looks, just like it's just me with like post surgery or even pre surgery, and I've never been much for makeup or looks or like having a super feminine kind of doing up all the time, but I feel like that's also because I was so focused on all the inner work that now I'm doing the outer work because it's easier. It's like you just go out and you pay someone and then you're done. That was easy compared to like wanting to accept yourself and move yourself forward in a way where you don't feel so dysphoric or that you don't hate yourself in the mirror. Like these are things that are like so hard and crucial and like deep inside. Like you can't just pay someone $50 or even $100 to solve these things, right? And I know YouTube and I know everyone on social media loves to celebrate the external transition and like the glow ups and all of that. But this is so important as a trans woman to another trans person potentially. Like you got to do the internal work. And even if you aren't trans, you got to still do the internal work. You really have to invest in really building that like foundation. It's easy to change kind of like the stuff on top of the foundation, but it's pretty hard to change the foundation once it's set because you have to dig it up. You got to move stuff around. You really got to work with it. And I want to bring this to light for you when you're thinking about what seeds you want to plant and where you're focusing your energy and what you're moving towards. Okay, so you don't need to do 100% of one or the other. Like, go get your dresses, go do your makeup, go get your wigs, do whatever is going to make you feel euphoric. Get those thigh highs, girl. Get those thigh highs in that choker. Yes. Yes, Trans Club. Woohoo. Oh, yeah, you can join our Trans Club down on the Discord link below. Please like and subscribe, by the way, if you like this content. But where was I even going? It's like advertising in the middle of the YouTube video for myself. It's like you still got to put in the work. You really do. And it's like a load balance. You want to do 30% internal, 30% external, and maybe just like 30% medical, HRT, get your shit together, go make some more money, like get your life set up in such a way where it supports you. It's so hard to transition if you don't have money, if you don't have stable income, if you aren't progressing in your career or even just like your living situation. You know, getting those things sorted are super important. If you've liked this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and supporting me on Patreon. I'm going to stop here because I could just keep going, but we'll make another video soon. I'll see you soon. Bye.